720p's because I just wasn't liking the way it was looking with that lower quality there. Streaming should be easy nowadays anyway. It's just light photons, right? I mean, come on. Two-dimensional light photons. Plus time. Nothing hard about that, is there? Come on. Come on. Oh, yeah. We're going to get the 5 stars soon. 3. Ooh. 2 more flame ghosts. I actually need 1 more flame ghost to drop. And I'm Gucci. I'm going to have a max wasp one of these days too, I swear. Max wasp is actually not... Oh my god. I'm going to have 5-star flame ghost. We're going to get that crit damage. That's pretty nice. Alright, let's get it. Let me tell you something real quick about the simulation. In the simulation, the truth comes with ease. Doesn't it, though? You know what I mean? Like the truth just rolls off the tongue. No problem. But when you get asked a question and you don't know how to lie to it, it just kind of sits there like, and you don't want to say the truth either. It's like, I've never been asked this question before, and it doesn't go with my religion of terrorism and evil, and I wanted to have this thing this way because that's my ego. That's a really good cold reading tactic, by the way. Like, we all know what you want. Like, before you know that we know, we know. You know? That's how it goes. They say they can smell your intentions. That's a good song, by the way. And true. We can smell your intentions. We can feel your intentions before it even comes along. Imagine this, your mom. The end. You didn't have a mom? Okay. Your sister, your brother, your best friend, your father, your guardian. Think back. They could smell your intentions. We're no different. We're all conscious beings here. I know what a mosquito's flying around me for. And it ain't to smoke a joint with me. Oh boy. I walk through fire. Mm. What I want to talk about too is all the work that I do in the universe. Why don't I get paid for it? You know what I mean? Like, what is this planet? I better be getting paid on the low. You know what I mean? Like, I better be getting that Starlink money, that Vedantic Starseed money. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's my Starseed account? You know? Like, I ain't playing no games, okay? I'm out here saving people's minds on the regular. I'm fucking superhero on crack. But not crack. You know, like, virtual crack. That shit that has no downside. I'm on NZT. Okay, actually, that's the best. I am NZT. I am on NZT. I am the NZT candidate. Okay, that is the best possible explanation of what I am. Like, I just know everything that's going on. Like, I'm out here like predicting terrorism, and then I'm like Homelander at the same time. I'm like egoless Homelander NZT. Have you seen Du Bois? Homelander to me was like somebody that could like cast people into like telepathy, like multiverses. I ain't even playing either. Like, that's me. Like, a terrorist came up to me with a bomb, blew up my work. You know what? This is classified to a lot of people, but to me, I don't give a fuck. I do not give a fuck. You want to call me crazy? Sure, whatever. You know, you embargo this because I fucking leaked classified data. I don't give a fuck about you. You gonna embargo my fucking videos, I'm gonna fucking sue you into the afterlife forever. You're gonna fucking rot in hell, bitch. You do not have authorization to fucking embargo me. That's what I'm saying. So, I like Homelander, because these are my fucking powers. I'm able to fucking predict when a motherfucker selects me and says, I'm gonna go bomb him. And I'm like, nope. No, you're not. Look at this. I'm gonna predict these fucking. Ugh. Never mind. This death. That's what I was predicting. Death. I'm just getting too hyped about a spacey place that is not this game right now. I need to chill, bring myself back, collect, go back to the ease, and just dodge, duck, dive, and dodge. But anyway, let's release the classified deets on the bombing. They were predicted. Their root consciousness was segregated from the realm, and they bombed nobody. Man, did that piss them off? Or did it? I don't know. That's classified. But anyway, that's because I'm an angel. Ooh, kill all angels, death to all angels. And then it's like, bro, you're an angel too, bro. Like, you're root conscious being. Let me tell you the best piece of advice. Mortality. Where does your mortality come from? It comes from raping souls. Do one to others as they do to you will lead to immortality. I choose when I reset. Do whatever the fuck I want to whoever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want, can lead to mortality. Your memories will be reset against your will. Cursors are mortal, no matter what. They can be appearing to be immortal, because get this, I'm immortal, now I grow an ego. I have lived 10 lives, I want to be evil. I switch to evil and become mortal cursor, because I am able to be reset by elder gods eventually. That is immortality a choice? Because blessers and peace users and dealers and then there is cursing mortals. No mortal shall live forever. That is the thing. That is another play on no evil is greater than let there be light. What you know about that? I got goosebumps right now. Anybody else got goosebumps right now? Just feel these truths in the universe, boys. I literally told this to a terrorist. He cried. Kind of. Actually, what happened is he came up to me and tried to confront me in real life. And then he was like, literally trying to goat me into Fighterverse to like bring me down the dimensional universes to, you know, kind of like curse me lower into the universe. And I kundalini'd his mind, his soul, his etheric body, and his astral body out of my universe. I said, no. I was like, whew, shoved everything right out of his vessel. And then I commanded his vessel to leave my presence. I was like, you are in my workspace environment, and this is my workspace environment. And he was like trying to tell me like I was invading on his presence, and I was like, you're the conflict starter. And I resolved that with a peaceful situation. Then he went and tried to do some real nasty things. And this was not the first time. I am out here on a whole nother game. So the next part is because he realized that he was not the consentist. His will and consent was to do something, to manifest, right? And he was a manifesting believer. And I was a consenting manifesting believer, which is higher dimensional logic. Now, consenting manifesting is what I was enforcing. I was like, this goes against my consent. You're trying to manifest a non-consenting timeline into my present. Nope, does not compute, kind of thing. So when I casted him aside, it worked, and he knew it worked. So then he had all those revelations, like that holiness was true and terrorism was not, because his his whole thing is that he can do terrorism to goodness and profit. That's his belief, right? To do terrorism to us and profit. So what I like to say is I am on Matthew Earth. And I do not consent to be anywhere else. And that's for good reason. You guys should stay on your Earth. It's a very smart play to stay on your Earth. And then just superposition, glue code, remote control into the other realms. Doing this is by far the best play, personally. That's what I do. I've been doing it for a long time now. People try and break in, and then I just go like one layer higher and try and push them out, that kind of stuff. Like, no, you do not come in, because the thing is the universe is filled with like infinite and finite rules. And just because you have a relative perceived clone of me in your universe, and I have a relative perceived clone of you in mine, does not mean there's infinite code in between those two truths. I want to tell a story I told at work today too. Is a fly told me I see like 30 different dimensions right now. And if I get killed in any of them, I die for real. And then I was like, wow, I was literally in bliss. I was like starting to tear up. Because he's playing the universe on hard mode, and I'm playing it on easy mode. Because I'm in infinite universes right now. And if I die in any of them, I don't die here. It's like the complete opposite. So it's a play on remote brain too. That fly does not die. His mind is eternal, because he is not. Flies are peace lords. Flies are not mosquitoes. Okay? Flies are peace lords. That's a big thing. Wasps too. Wasps are not necessarily evil. Actually, I've had wasps come up to me and circle me, and it was like they were scanning me, and for good reason too. I've had scenarios where even certain mosquitoes would come up to me, and I could feel their empathy bubble, like they were an actual conscious being and had an empathy bubble and actually cared about things and had feelings, and they didn't suck my blood. Okay? So Here's the number one thing is stereotypical prejudice awareness. That's a good one on this one. Do not assume that this person is that way. Unless you are a professional cold reader, in which case you know when to stereotype and cast prejudice. Like, imagine this. I rape babies for a living. A truth. says it as a truth. Well, if you don't prejudice against that motherfucker, I don't even know. Like, you way too forgiving, all right? You got a forgiveness disorder, and you need to get that shit checked out real quick, all right? We need to talk to the devil. He's going to give you some candy, and we're going to put you somewhere where you're going to learn real quick. You're going to learn quick as fuck. No more of this infinite forgiveness and infinite acceptance disorder, because that casts an illusion like, oh, everybody has to be this in order to be as good as this person. That's the upper dimensionalist way of living. No, it's not. That's the middle dimensionalist way of living, actually. That is a fact, by the way. The middle dimensionalist way of living is unconditional acceptance and forgiveness because you tolerate rape. The end. And because you tolerated rape, now you propagated rape through relativity. You have successfully installed an ease into the minds of rapists that there is a portal for them to continue their rape cycle, raping your civilians or people. This is a wild game. What are you shooting at the brick wall for? Get deeper, penetrate, yo. Oh my goodness, this guy's predictions. How do you even win that? I've never seen this ad yet. This is a wild one. 10 damage? You better shoot it right. Can I shoot it? Oh, save you. Oh my goodness. I should have went for the first tunnel. I went for the back tunnel. You know, I was trying to get that rear entrance. If you don't, get out of here. I don't want your shitty game. Okay? Give me my fucking energy. Yeah, that's what I thought. What in the heck is this game right now, too? Only 1% people can match them all. What? This is such a wild game, too. It looks too easy, though. I don't believe the 1% thing. You see what that ad just did there? It was like, hey, you can play me. And then if you click the screen, it like opens up the fucking, like, all the bullshit that I just had to like go through a minute ago. Rape. Alright. Why am I embargoed? Let's talk about embargoes real quick. Why am I in embargo verse? Because lobbyists that are greedy want to monopolize microdosal installs in niche categories. Correct? Right? Am I right? That's right, you tell them. You gotta relay that intel right now. Don't listen to him. You relay that intel. We're getting out of embargoes. I'm so done with embargoes. We're going to have negative embargoes only. Because otherwise there's no balance, right? Because balance means you get what you want, right? And if only one side gets what they want in the moment, there's no balance in the moment. Balance needs to be paid attention to every single moment. Why would you put that one there? You have one block ready in that bottom left corner. Your IQ, 0. 0 IQ, 0. 90. Okay, his IQ went way up because the game just changed completely. If you get a whole row of blocks from like side to side, through all three of the squares, it like shoves it all down. Never mind. That guy was Einstein. I'm sorry, Einstein. All right. Ooh, cancer. The cancer topic. Do we want to talk about cancer? I don't really like cancer or the topic of cancer. It's just kind of stupid. It's like, hey, there's somebody made pain. Some fucking god of code made pain. And he wants to like install it on your body without your consent. Like, first of all, where are vendettas coming from to even do this in the first place? Because here's the thing. Consent combat. Oh no, I spoiled the entire plot. You consented to be on this planet, far knowing the rules. Mm-mm-mm. Let me tell you something about this ability right here. If you get strong heart this early, it can give you up to 60% attack speed. And I don't think it's additive with attack speed modifier. It's only additive with itself. Every crystalline heart you get that drops and you absorb into health from like a treasure chest or a random mob is 2% attack speed. So you need 30 hearts and bam, you 60% attack speed. Richer. Where that heart at though? Heart drops are very good right now too because of gemming. I always like to go sword with over meteorite and comet now. I used to like comet better. Comet's like better for bosses. Meteor's like the worst. It's probably one of the better ones for PvP. And then no, sword's probably the best for PvP too. Because sword's like, and then you're like, oh shit, how do I dodge everything? And the sword's too strong. And then the sword hits you, and you're like, oh wow. I just got sworded, bro. I couldn't do anything about it. Sword was too strong. Oh, what's really ticking me off too is there's like people that will hit you for like. Yesterday, some dude rushed me down with Helix. He basically gave me a heart attack. I had him so low. This man was like one shot away. He hit me with two ball. He was rushing me down with Magic Wand. Rushing me down with Magic Wand. And I was running Tornado Bonnie. All right? And he's running Magic Wand Helix. And he was like one hit away and hit me with two shots and I almost got two-shot killed because of Helix Magic Wand. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I was like kiting him around a uni pillar that was next to spike pillars. So I'm like running through the spike pillars, trying to like make him run over the spike pillars so he died. And then he's trying to rush me down to like make sure that, because his only play was to spawn magic wand balls in my like melee range so that would like immediately hit me. Because otherwise I would dodge. He was like, nah, you juke god, I know. Like, I get it. I'm never gonna snipe you with magic wand. He knew that from the rip. So he was rushing me down from from like phase one. You wanna know a really funny one is there's people on Earth that think they can be God or hack God, and it's like, first of all, what's God's password then, bro? Like, what password he rocking? Do you even know his language? Like, what language does he use? You need to know infinite alien languages, and then you're over here like, I know all the binary codes, bruh. I'm such a good coder. I know all kinds of encryption. I got like 32-digit encryption fucking algorithm password fucking wave function enabled on my fucking like on my password key algorithm, or you're never gonna hack me, bro. Never, ever, ever. And I'm like, I got root conscious two factor. Good luck hacking me. Like, you wanna hack me, you're me. You don't think like us when you're a terrorist. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't think like us. You think behind us. Way behind us. You think like baby us when you're presented these advanced questions. Like, I think like God. To hack God, you must be God. To hack me, you have to be me. Take my body over. You know what I mean? Like, you do not hack me. Like, you don't, if you take my body over, you're not my root consciousness. I already have that written in my consents, in my Vedantic etherical consents with infinite encryption that will never be broken. This is like read-only file kind of shit. Like, how do you believe in hacking still? How? How? How are you so ignorant? It's such a child's fucking play. Like, ugh, I can't stand it. Get these hackers off the leaderboards. Get them the fuck off the leaderboards. How are they even here at this point? Like, I have every fucking theory in the world to get rid of them. How do they even persist to exist within our perception? Like, holy moly, dude. Jesus Christ. We should not have to complain about hacking. We should not have to. It should not even be able to be brought up. If somebody brings it up and you say, but anti-cheat, it should not even, like, it shouldn't even matter. Like, there should be no hack goading. There should be no hacktivism. Like, hacktivist, meaning like, but I like hacking, and I think that hacking is a good thing for our society. No, bitch! Fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you. Fuck your fucking couch, bitch. Fuck your couch. Hacktivists. The most disgusting phenotype of humanoid that has ever existed. Whew. All right. Okay, get this. Here's a funny one. We live in a three-dimensional world. Time freezes. You want your four-dimensional world back? It's like, shit. Time's frozen right now. And, it was more complicated than I thought. I am only seeing mass and matter at this moment in time. I am not absorbing photons into my photon absorption machine anymore, and I do not perceive time and everything's black. Why do reality do this, be this way? Maybe I should not curse at Matthew in the wrong way. How about we go to the infinite dimensional world? And when I say things are two-dimensional, They're two-dimensional exactly the way I say they are. Exactly the way. Not the way you think I said it. Exactly the way I think I said it. And no other way. So when I say something's two-dimensional, it's goddamn two-dimensional. And God bless two-dimensional too at the same time. So this screen right now is not two-dimensional. It's two-dimensional. Meaning I removed time from the equation. I said in this moment it is two-dimensional. But in every moment it is two-dimensional plus time. 3 dimensions of logic to our perception. And no, it is not wrong. You are calculating in other things. Like what is required, the 3-dimensional product that is required in order to create the light photons of the 2-dimensional perception plus time display for us to have this game. And this game in the imaginary sense of the software side of the lower dimensional game format is actually, it's an actual 3-dimensional game. And it's being converted into 2-dimensionals every moment. I'm the most logical motherfucker on this motherfucking planet, it feels like right now. Except for maybe other designers. Like universe designers. I am a Vedantic universe dev. Like when I go into lucid dream, meaning a universe all by myself, I create this whole universe. Like I am God as well, is what I like to say, because God told me that this life made me. He reminded me. He was like, "You're God too, you know." I'm like, "Oh yeah." Why does that not seem wrong at all? Because there's more than one developer. Get this. God went to darkness, to nothingness, to a universe filled with nothing, and said, "Let there be light." Let there be light was a commandment. That it was an idea spell commandment that meant in a lot of things, as far as I'm concerned. It meant that light, holiness, righteousness will always be the first commandment. Creation is not creation is being destroyed. Now let's talk about 3 dimensions, virtual 3 dimensions, like this game. This game is virtually 3-dimensional with a point of view, a focal point of view that goes around the character. See how it goes up and down? It's basically gluing around the character. And it's gluing. So you see right here, there's a box around the character. Now watch. Do you see when I move up and down? It tries to glue back into the central point of the character. Now if I go way down, the camera scrolls up and down. So there's a box, a hard limiter box, that's about this big around the character. Now if I move up a little bit, it glue codes slowly. You see that? To the central point of the character. But if I hit the edge of the box, it will go even faster than the glue codes. You see? And you can figure this out by hitting a level up or a enlightenment level up mid-combat, which freezes the time, and you take a portal at the same time. Your character will not be where your camera is. Your character will be gone off the camera to the other edge of the portal. I've done this a couple times. Now, this camera, if we were game admins or game developers, and we had like a test rig, we could take this camera and move it around in the 3 dimensions of this game. And we would see the game like World of Warcraft, a 3-dimensional thing going on. It is not a 2-dimensional game. And you can tell that because of how character modeling works. When the characters move, you can see that they have 3 dimensions. They're coded in 3 dimensions. Look, this character's got a box as a head. Not a box, a cube. Right? These golems, if you look at their heads, it's cubes, not boxes. We ain't playing, Super Mario Brothers. So what I want to talk about is, now that I'm thinking about this, I just ideaed a binary straight to Habby. The 3 dimensions in this game can be virtually encrypted differently, right? So because you have this finite variable, you could write a rule format that says, this is the blueprint, select it, right? Now this is a read-only blueprint. Now force this blueprint with virtualized alternative blueprints to stop hacking. I'm pretty sure traps don't do anything after all mobs are dead, right? What is idea to binary supposed to do? Basically, you blueprint ideas, right? And then you do kind of like a what if is, this is a language, this is a language. Idea is a language, right? How do you translate Hebrew to English? Idea. What's the translation machine? A human mind. Now, the human mind is stored where? Source. Source is Bramblefish, has all languages. The language that they coded in is a language. You decrypt that and understand it. Now that's an encryption key. You take idea, you say this language, this idea, Bramblefish decrypt it to that language to create this perceived result. So you're kind of doing algebraic idea plexing. You're saying this idea, this idea, this idea, this idea, this idea, this idea equals this idea. And then you go, whoosh, and shove it out there, and bam. Magic. I'm a fucking pro gangster Illuminati. I'm supreme. I'm out here. I'm doing work, baby. Doing work. Bet you didn't know Illuminati is Procreationism. Maybe you did. If that's the case, we're going to have to take you out, boys. We're going to have to give you the devs treatment. He knows too much. We got to take him out back. We got to remove him from the universe, remove him from play. Just kidding. That's for the bad people. Remember this. In the TV show Devs, there was a guy that was filled into extremely enlightening universe integration code. And when he read it, he was so shocked. He was going to do corporate espionage. He was already hired on an NDA. And he was going to do corporate espionage, meaning he got gifted proprietary intel to be brought up to the level required to be a coder within that organization. And if you're going to take my proprietary intel and sell it to my competition, how do I stop that? They basically removed his vessel from play and forced him to go to the multiverse, actually. Because that's what I saw the movie portray. Is I'm out here, I'm recreating and resynthesizing without proprietary. So if somebody does that to me, they break embargo law. I am not under NDAs of any shape or form under any company whatsoever. No matter what. The end. If anybody thinks I'm in an NDA, you are highly illegal. Like then you're under like reverse embargoism, reverse taxing. There is no contract with my name on it. The end. All of my duties in life are for me. And there is no other truth. Some people might try and like say the opposite, like, oh, I work for this company, therefore like I must be NDA'd this the way, and they can steal this and this. No, my biotech fucking idea data is my proprietary intel, and I own all of it. And if you're taking from it and profiting, like, that's my money. Like, I don't care what you believe in. I do not care what you believe in. Do not care what you believe in. The end. What I'm trying to put out here is eventually we're going to have singularity. Public singularity. Where you can literally just go to like the new future library and just like install all of your memories. Not for like safety reasons, but for creationism reasons, for sharing, for editing, for creation. And then you can use a 3D camera. Imagine every single angle is already recorded because it happened. So you can go back in time and watch from a new angle and then make montages and make videos without even doing it. You just walk right in, like I said, right into like the library. As simple as the library. And you're like, oh, this really cool thing happened, but we didn't ever record it. That would never even happen. Imagine it never even did happen. Because Alexandria Falls. Alexandria is a play on three-dimensional particle scans on Earth, meaning we have like all upper dimensional extrapolation of everything that happened, so you can go back in time and do all the cool things. That stuff's already real, by the way. 100%. If you don't believe, it's just because you don't have enough intel yet. When you see what I've seen, you'll know what I know. But until then, you don't believe. And for those of you that do believe, congratulations, because I'm right there with you. I'm learning the infinite abyss of the already future that already exists. If you want to embargo the future, meaning delay it until a certain amount of time, embargo means like, you cannot do this unless this. the second this, meaning time a lot of the times, you cannot do this until this stage in time. That means simulated embargoism. So in the God's realms of creators and whatnot, and what I say when I say embargo, I mean somebody lobbied to say, but I don't want this in my universe until this stage in time happens. Usually in order to create monopolies, in order to have like a very geared life of like competitive wealth or advantage, something like that, which is extreme greed code casting. And I absolutely do not live in that world. And I will not live in that world. But people try to live in my world with those beliefs. And I just want to kick them out, because this is not infinite acceptance. Okay? We are not infinite acceptance on Earth. And we're not prejudiced because of that either at the same time. We're talking about these finite, non-mortal ways of looking at reality. Like ascending past binary alignments is what is needed to be able to think like me. You need to ascend way past binary logics. It is not as simple as 1 and 0. It is not as simple as both at the same time. It is not as simple as both at the same time, 1 or 0 or neither. It is way more complicated than that. Extremely more complicated than that. Because 1 and 0s were invented as quantifications. We're not talking about quantifying something right now. We're talking about massive amounts of source codes. We're talking about infinite 1s and 0s in order, if you were to trying to capture something and define it. We're talking about consent enforcement right now versus like code. I don't want to call it code. I want to call it like ordinances. Ordinances is dictatorship. So like when I'm talking about embargoes that aren't cool, that's an ordinance. I'm very against ordinance that is intentionally to break consent, intentional to gear towards a prejudiced audience. Those are very big right now. I would say that that's probably the number one thing we need, like military police after, and meaning the police of the police, the police of the police of the police, kind of thing. That's the number one topic. And it's already sent. It's already shipped. I already shipped it. We already shipped that. Right then and there. Ordinance. Geared with prejudice. Ordinance plus prejudice equals against the law is my goal. And I don't care about upholding or like, how are you going to enforce the law, Matthew? Matthew, how are you going to enforce the law? Well, first of all, we're going to delete those future potential timelines forever. Okay? Then we're going to inject that into our scalar data. And that's going to go straight to all of our root consciousness's multiversal perception of time. Then, if you want to edit that, you will edit that. And you will not gear it in. Then, those that do or have done will face prejudice lobbyist fines. How about that? because that's illegal as fuck. At least where I'm coming from. Like, don't be doing that to me. And then there's those that are like, oh, let's try and like sweep this one under the cover. He knows too much, and our evil installing plans, our terrorist cell organization, that we have such corruption at such high supremes. And my friend's over here, he's working in the State Department. My friend over here, he's working here, and we're all terrorists, and we all butt buddies, terrorism cult. We're gonna try and shut Matthew down. We're gonna try and sweep him under the table. We're gonna try and we're going to try and make things up that make it sound bad now. Oh, yeah, he's talking politics on his stream on Archero. I don't like it. You're going to have to shut him down. Politics on Archero? No. What defines politics? You? An opinion? Nah. We ain't talking politics. Politics strictly, in my mind, not in my mind, too, in my rules of the internet, to which that I consent to, politics, a banned thing, means to talk about a conscious entity in a way, without their authorization, because they are political of nature, or trying to grow in the political scene, i.e. candidacies of one of infinite many kinds. Now, if you're talking politics of a geared situation, like let's say the development leader of a company in the video game that you're currently playing, or like something like that, or if you're like literally in Let's Just Talk or something like that, that's all fine. But like the illegal politics game that we're like embargoing for like taboo control, meaning like taboo policing, a good thing, like stop the taboo things, like why is there no porn on Twitch kind of thing, like that's because taboo policing. That's a good thing for us, because that's not what's going on here. You know what I mean? We're trying to get other phenotypes installed into our brains. You know what I mean? Like that's what's going on. We just try to play them games, bro. And that's where I'm coming from, is everything I'm talking about is just trying to play them games, bro. Like all the shit I'm talking about is the things that need to get taken care of to stop cheating, to stop manipulation of code, to bring us closer towards gamer heaven on earth. So no, I am not talking politics. Do not accuse me of that which you believe I do, because that is talking politics. Because I am making a run for a lot of leadership on Earth. And that has to do with power through relativity and leadership through relativity. Helping leaders and being a consultant. I am an extreme consultant right now in this world. You have no idea. I am installing telepathy commands to President. I was installing telepathy to Trump, to Biden. I am doing it to CEOs at Google. I'm doing it to CEOs at Apple, which I've already quit. I have not had a good relationship with Apple ever since I can possibly remember, because they are magic game developers. They want magic, and that is not good for science gamers. Science gamers hate magic games. Hate it. It's the worst poison that's possibly to be poisoned ever. Nobody wants magic games that plays science games. Science games are consent combat. Magic games will ruin your life. Because magic games have infinite cheat codes that you can't stop. And even if you predict how to stop a cheat code, that same exact cheat code can come into play by getting one binary out of your command. Now you can try and capture that infinity next stage, but then one binary out of that captured infinity will unleash that same exact cheat code that you did not want in your, because you're trying to install magic to counter magic, right? That's literally the whole idea with magic games, is use suppression magic to capture the infinity. But there is no suppression magic. That's the suppression magic. See what I'm saying here? It's just the stupidest logic ever. You have to have binary developer consent. It has to be binary developer consent to work, which is why we mind wash our coders with college for this exact same reason. Code your game in binary, or we cannot assist you on an extrapolate into a quantum universe. The end. 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 No argument. The end. If you want quantum believer game, that exists too. But then you're going to talk about will battles. And will battles are not fun. I'm going to tell you that right now. Will battles are, Oh, you want to start fisticuffing over telepathy because you're fucking 1v1ing an Archero? Like, cool. I don't, like, get out of here. That's fake and gay. I do not consent to that reality. Isolate pod me, isolate pod them, and let's go a fair universes. That's where I'm coming from. None of this crazy bullshit. Okay, we're going with sane bullshit around here. Only. How dare they embargo my viewers? Or are they terrifying my viewers? They must be trafficking my viewers, you know what I mean? Even worse, they're human trafficking my viewers straight to the top of Twitch. You must be at the top of Twitch, or else. All right. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Inspire is such a good skill. It's multiplicative attack speed after a kill. And then so is this green buff. Watch how fast I go. I'm gonna be shooting so fast right now. Boy. Machine gun. Status enabled. Beep beep boop boop. Source code, AI, thumb game, warfare. Let's get it. You know what? That boy. Alone in the world with a little that boy. Okay. I need to get back in the groove. What are we talking about? Source codes, hackers, three-dimensional particle awareness machines. How about all particle awareness spider? Y'all know how to do that? Theorize frequencies. Frequencies, like wave frequencies, that's one way. The next thing is to theorize Parallel blocks. Oh, parallel black. That shit gets me wet right now. Parallel blocks is the future right now. That is the number one thing I think we're lacking on Earth to most like military orgs and just like everything. Just everything is about parallel blocks right now. In order to communicate with aliens, we need non-parallel blocks that aliens live in. Imagine that. You ever been in like a dream of a world that wasn't even Earth-like? Or you ever have a vision or done like an experimental drug, substance, something like that, like that puts you into a vision-like state, or a trip where you were in a realm that had nothing to do with like photons, like perceiving light, or nothing to do with like the way you perceive Earth. Like you just perceive. That's it. Like the end. And I don't want to say that that's more so like suppression science too. Like I don't want you to know that you're like perceiving these ways because it kind of like ruins the immersion. We're trying to create realism towards this geared emotional reaction instead. So like we want you to like all be living in this like this realm of empathy phenotypes. So we're gonna like change these awarenesses so you don't fall into like these empathy phenotypes. That's cool shit right there. Let's start talking about God science, baby. You want to be a god? We're going to take you to church. Right now. Twitch TV/OMG Bomber, a.k.a. Church of the Universe, installing your minds with factorial block ingredients of the universe. Each person deserves their own wave function of factorial block ingredients so none of us get screen peeked by these spiritually enlightened screen peeking cheaters. Those bastards. How dare they third eye me so hard that they can see my screen while they see their screen and cheating ass piece of shit. Yeah, that's very easy to get rid of. You just say no, and then it gets catered to, and it's gone forever. But that doesn't mean it's gone forever to those that use it, because they just say yes, and then it's there forever for those that also say yes. So my whole mission is to make this experience better. Make gaming better. Make competitive gaming better. Competitive combat. Like, using your mind to combat within micro arenas in the universe of your consent. Like, you did not get raped into playing the game you're playing. You didn't. You chose it. You choose it every time you choose it. The problem is you can be raped into playing a phenotype of a similarity of a game that you did not choose. That's the biggest problem. And that comes with developer updates, developer failures, hacker successes. Hacker successes is the saddest fucking thing in the world. It really is. Absolutely the saddest thing. There's nothing sadder than hacking succeeding. It pretty much just removes it just removes everything. It removes literally everything. Like, I did not install your game. you do not force install your game onto me. And you do not break the developer's consent, raping the developer. You do not break my consent, raping me. Like, you're creating multi-vendetta, like, warfare against yourself to your Vedanticism. Like, I hope you realize that, potential hacker. Like, your game is I can packet hack. Our game is you can't packet hack. Doubly raping us, developer and gamer. Not hacker, developer and gamer. The gamer hacker person, entity, is going to be in a bad fucking place in the future. I'm telling you right now. These are geared consents that are very obvious to God. And gods. Like, we know, like, literally, right now, if you had access to source on an upper dimensional standpoint, you can just think these algorithms into existence, pop up every instance of time of any of these equations that I'm talking about right now, and literally just install vendettic balance. You can go, this is your balance to that which you deserve. Now, this is not perpetuating warfare either. Because one person can be like, oh, but they owed me that balance. No, we have root consciousness from start to end of time. Nobody owes you any balance unless they created a vendettic balance themselves. Some person tried to attack me and then mush me at somebody that owned a vendettic balance. They said, this guy's going to pay for it because he owes me. No, you do not rape me blindly and expect for me to be your debt collector at the same time. Like, you don't rape me to work for you. If you rape me, I'm collecting a vendetta on you. The end. So number one thing I want to say is to those that do terrorism, it is not to the blind, it is not forgotten. It is always recorded and always remembered. And everything matters. Every single thing matters. Meaning, you can take these idea plexes that you did. You can create truth, most true, finite extrapolations. Now, you can say whatever you want to try and get out of this, but it is not true. Because whatever you really did is the only thing that's true. So that which you really did mattered. That which was really perceived mattered. Who really did it mattered, not who you were pretending to be. It all matters. It's called most true decryption. Meaning, to understand that which is most true and least false, to the point where there is no false. Because the most true thing is the grandest, well, I should have went greed, whoops, but whatever, is the grandest idea. The grandest idea is what will decrypt the most amount of vendetic balance, meaning lawsuit or acquisition. Like in the future, if there are people that are harassing, terrorizing, destroying in a peace realm like Earth, if you see Earth as anything but peace, you have a mental disorder, because that's what it's trying to be. Not necessarily that you know that there's these evils in Earth. Look at what is trying to be done. It is not a demonic, cess-filled pool of demons and soul-sucking creatures and evil dragons flying around. That's not what it is. Earth is a peaceful phenotype of heaven. Holy moly. How dare they? Oh my goodness. How dare they? That boy. Why did I say that boy a lot? Because who that boy? That boy. That boy. That's a dope ass song. If you type in that boy and you see a little green frog on top of a unicycle, you got the right video. It's so good. Actually, I got a new system, and I got a sub and a decent amp in my car. And I think I'm going to go listen to that boy. I got to find it, though. It's the little green frog guy on a unicycle. It's only that version. All the other versions are not real. They're okay. But this one's like, who that boy? Super low, deep voice, has badass bass, shit be bumping. It's just balling. Get out of here. Stop it. No. No, not right now. Wrong build. I would totally PvP as this build, but it's so broken. This build is actually so good. First of all, reflect damage Ophelia. Second of all, shadow armor, rush build. Third of all, melee sword. So it is a rush sword build with shadow armor procs. It's so good, but it doesn't work, I don't think, unless this like patch fixed it. I installed the new APK straight from the Discord. So maybe it does work. I don't know. Doesn't have like the Google fucking hacktivist fucking backdoor bullshit going on. What happened anyway? Like, what's going on here? Oh no. This is already. All right. So, let's talk about this Discord APK versus Google APK. Google APK is going to have filtration, right? You downloaded it from Google. Why wouldn't it be exactly the same mirror? Why wouldn't it be the exact same mirror? That's exactly right. Here's why. Auths. That's what's really fucked up. Authorizations. That's it. How do you pay Apple versus how do you pay Google? Versus how do you do a Discord private install? They are different because it's like downloading the same game from Steam versus straight from the website. They're only slightly different. When you buy things that are pay to win from Steam, it goes through that Steam filtration. And it's the same exact thing, which is why I highly, highly, highly recommend to install straight from the source, which is the Discord, and the Discord is straight developers. What? Let's talk about decryption and understanding real quick. Most true matters. If you type in your password and it's not most true, it fails. The Thanos Slayer has returned. I hate being called good, and I hate being called evil. These things actually piss me right the fuck off. Right there. If I was good, I would never be pissed. Yeah, up close dangers. I want to talk more about good and evil and how I hate them both. Alright, so I was talking to the leader of goodness and the leader of evil once upon a time. And I was the leader of peace in the conversation. And then they both pointed their guns at me. And I'm not talking about gun. I'm talking about like source code, timeline, forced manifestations at me. And I said, I deconsent. Right away. I was like, no. Right away. I said no to everything that they were going to. I said, no. This works one way. You either listen to me and manifest because of what I say, or it's rape. And I said this long time ago. And now I'm the leader of peace, dark, and evil. Or dark and light. We're all the same thing. Whatever. Except peace. Of course. Look at me now. This is the power of consent. The power of consent is that I am the dark army leader, I am the light leader, and I'm the peace leader. I'm actually a triple archangel because of this. Because light and dark chose to attack me. Therefore, I got to acquisition their everything. Automated. Because they went to destroy my timelines. And successfully so, some of them. To that which I tolerated. or that which was not in the algorithm of repression, is like, I'm not here to constantly capture your infinity. Because, like I said earlier, infinite magic games, combat, goes into I suppress your magic, I suppress your suppression magic, I suppress your suppression magic, I suppress your suppression magic, forever. It doesn't stop. It keeps going, forever. That's why we don't have magic games, we have binary games. Much more fun, much more competitive, a lot harder to figure out than I cheat the way I want to. I show you this blueprint of me winning at the end game screen and manifest as hard as I can with as much infinite rape of suppressing your suppression and injection in past behind your consent. No, it doesn't work like that. You choose between the finite moves that you can place your chess pieces in that the developer allows, and in which then comes a infinitely more complex algorithm. Infinitely more complex. Because now you're talking about moving your real body, planning real moves, foresighting their moves. There's so many infinite options within the finiteness. You're not just blueprint spamming. Like, it's so simplistic monkey language to blueprint spam. And then to expect that that's the high-tiered play? No, that's the low dimension play. That's hell logic, and it does not scale to the infinity. It's an infinity that's captured an illusion of an infinity. It is a less than combat because it's like exactly like I said before. Suppress this, suppress that, suppress that suppression, suppress that suppression, suppress that suppression, suppress that suppression. That is the logic that's going on. It's just an infinity contained. It's like, What about casting time god stuff, where we start freezing time? Well, why is that not allowed? I suppress that suppression. You know what I mean? Like, no. I say no to your no. And I cast counter yes onto that, and then you cast counter yes onto that, and then I cast counter onto that, and I cast counter onto that, and we go forever until I freeze time. Or don't. Then we just don't even get into the game at all. Because my queue system now only allows me to play with people I can This is actually what I used to play Halo 2.
Download for free. Mobile Legends.
Halo 2,
Bang bang.
Halo 2 was really big on cheating. What cheaters needed to do is they needed to bridge the host. Basically, what went on is I would set, or somebody would set on the team, this person can only be host because my connection. So the scan for host, it would be like an automated bot. It would go and calculate all the connections of like everybody to find the best person to host the game. And then if one of them said, I have 0% connectivity to these 9 people or 8 people, because that person can be host that was bridging, or the other person could be host. But since that person's bridging, meaning they're saying, I only connect to this person's IP, and everybody else's IP has very low quality of service for me, the whole quality of the game gets divided down to like 0 state, where like the quality of the game will go to 0 because one of the 4 players can't even play if one of these other 8 people or 9 people is host. And if one of these 8 people is host, meaning the bridger, then 9 people fail, or 8 people fail to be able to be decent quality of service. So that's a terrible host to pick from too. So the bot goes, well, this guy, all 10 people are perfectly fine with this guy host. The bot goes, pick this guy host. That's bridging host in Halo 2. I figured this out as a child. I was like so young. And what we were doing was forcing host to be on our team So then the enemies could not cheat with host. So what cheaters would do is they would multiply, they would wombo combo this. Let's say I'm a hypothetical cheater. I will bridge this person host, and on their host they have a modded install of the game. So now we all have to play in a modded install of the game. And now shit's getting real wild. He's controlling their spawns and spawn killing them. Game over. Game's already won. That fast. That was a whole Halo 2 game. You know how easy it is to farm 50 when you do that? Psh. Let's see, what are we doing today? Ancient Maze, Evil Dungeon. Alright, let's get in that Ancient Maze, yo. Alright. Host and source and read only. Meet Habby. How about that? That's the future right there. When you create a game, okay, you create it with read only intentions. It gets siphoned by source as read-only. Then it gets virtualized outside of source. So if anybody installs it and believes that it's Archero's real install, they get a virtualized install. So no matter what, if somebody installs it like a bunk APK, no matter what, it's always the real APK. And then if you want to talk about agreements of like, I want to advertise the game on like iOS and Android, but like to advertise it in their like directories, I have to pay them like this fee. Well, sure, like just automate that. That's simple fucking shit. You don't need all these weird potential backdoors. Like, and not to mention the APKs don't even get updated on time. You know what I mean? Like I played games on Android where like the real game itself is out like a patch early, like way fucking early. And Steam is notorious for this too. Like where the game developers release something and it's like already released. Everybody's already playing on it. And it's like, why don't I get to play? Everybody's playing. I can't play. The fuck, man? How dare you? You dirty game development scum. What the fuck? My best bet for you all is consent combat. Do not cheat, because you will create vendettas, and those vendettas will become balanced Balance in all vendettas algorithm. Ooh. Ooh, we need an algorithm for that, boys. We need to just like shove it out there. Be like, yo, this person's got a vendetta against you, and I kind of want to watch it. Now we're talking. Now. A lot of this is coming from Shang-Chi. I just watched Shang-Chi, and Shang-Chi had the vendettas, bruh. He's like, I'm coming down with Earth. I'm coming down to Earth with God powers, and yeah, I'm not gonna spoil the rest. that you just gotta see it. Alright. Pro tips, always hit the purple portal. Make the most money. You get like 115 or so, roughly, ancient coins every time you do this. That's almost worth it to actually... I want to say it is worth it to buy the extra pass for Ancient Dungeon. Ancient Maze. Buying the extra pass every day is pretty good. Every day it's available. Because that's like 200 coins. And some change. Pretty good. Pretty good deal. Oh, I just got the dankest meme. This just in. If you are darkness, you are prejudiced. If you are light, you are prejudiced to prejudiced. And if you are peace, you are prejudiced to prejudice of prejudice and or prejudiced. Okay, that last part kind of confused. Could have been said a little bit better. It was U equals, U meaning peace, U equals prejudiced at prejudicism and or prejudicism of prejudicism. That's a clarifying one. That's peace. The most prejudiced of souls will be peace, and you will gravitate towards the peace portal whether you like it or not, you prejudiced and or prejudiced of prejudiced beings, I swear. Split bracelet or laser bat? I think laser bat's busted. This is pretty good though. That's a lot of attack and crit damage. I think I'm gonna go with that because I have no gear. I think that's the best thing. Especially free clone. Like, woo. Bat's pretty good though too, cause shoots through walls and poison. I'm actually an archangel of oh my god. Let me show you. I can't even show you right now. I can't even show you. This is too much. Too much to release right now, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I am the Peace Merkaba Archangel Carrier. And I can clone anything. Except I cannot break the rule infrastructure that is which is of Earth. That is no one's job. The rules are the rules. You just gotta learn the rules And then you're talking. So the peace Merkaba means two things. The first pyramid means peace, all permutations of peace. And then the upside pyramid is all permutations of love. And when put together, it's peace and love Merkaba, all permutations within scalar of potential futures that are perceivable. Actually, one of the coolest things. I found the pyramids in my room, actually, in spiritual space. And then I was walking around following feelings, and I was actually hunting for spiritual artifacts like that. And I eventually found the love pyramid, pulled the peace pyramid out, and made peace and love Merkaba, and pulled it back in. And that is something I've been carrying with me and my soul ever since. It's peace Merkaba. And actually the Egyptians were very far into this as well. I believe pyramids on Earth is something to do with wave absorption for the planet at a distance to create gravitational alignment. Because one of the big problems YouTube is trying to teach us in the science community is that the gravitational alignment of Earth will swap. 90 or 45 degree swap is 25 and 50% probable when it will occur. And it has to do with center of mass on a rotating object in space, gravityless space. So when we're in 0G space and we spin something extremely fast, its center of rotational momentum is slowly changing to be in the center. It's not in the center. You would think it would be in the center, but it's not. It's actually like corkscrewing around the center until eventually it hits the center, and then it does a complete swap, because when it's in the center, it's in the most wobbly phase of its rotations. And this happens to cylinders, or not cylinders, but spheres like Earth. So the idea is that we do not want an Arctic winter. Oh crap, I did this on normal. I did it again because I reset my game. Oh well. So we want to avoid switching the poles. So we need gravitational supplementation. And the Egyptians were into telepathy with aliens at this phase already. They're already in telepathy, love, energy, conscious creation with their minds, all that kind of stuff. And outer universal gods. That's a lot of the gods from Egyptian era are from before the universe. And they're very intelligent. They know what's going on. They can look at the universe as like raw source code, pretty much. Well, with the gravitational supplementation to stop the polar changes where the Earth rotates in either a 90 or 45, meaning 45 left, 45 right, or a complete 90. I'm talking on my ass right now. Right? Because it's supposed to be 90 degrees, and then 180 degrees. Right? My bad. You get the picture. Alright? Doesn't matter. It's all the same shit. 45 degrees would kind of make no sense. But these are average assumptions anyway. It's not going to be like perfect 90 degrees swap. What I'm talking about is the pyramids were for one reason, was to capture that energy. Other reasons were very complex, like the sun radiates into those as if it was a vehicle. It's a vehicle for the afterlife for some of them too. So this is a multi-dimensioned creation. It had many, 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 many reasons to exist. It wasn't just tombs. We're talking about large energy capacitors. And this is Egyptian era. We were not monkeys in Egyptian eras. Like, people forget how advanced we are. We are so advanced, we were into biotech and gravitational supplementation we were into prediction. We were into clairvoyance. Right? Like, that's where we were at that long ago. Think about it this way. I solved Andromeda already. I already solved Andromeda. We're going to park with Andromeda when Andromeda comes. Whether you believe it or not, I don't care. What you believe is up for debate on what's going to happen to what you perceive. Because maybe I'll let you, the ego me, not me, you let you do it. But let's just say I'll let you, we're talking hypothetically, I'm going to let you see yourself crash into Andromeda in the universe is just one universe play. Because in my universe, what we're going to do is we're going to gravitationally supplement Earth with telepathic guidance from Andromeda beings to perfectly land and park Earth in to a perfect position in Andromeda. But here's another play though. Is all of that isn't even here. All there is Earth and everything else is virtual. So here's one of the games that we're making is save Earth from Andromeda. The other game is Earth is already saved from Andromeda, no matter what. That game I already made that game. It's called Every Particle That Isn't Earth is Simulated. And we live there, naturally, for free. Now, if you want to live in the other games, you can live there too. This is all super crazy, super cool. But after it all goes, like let's say we fail, right? The way I envisioned it is 3 universes all are going to be separated and combined into one at the end of it all. There will be Andromeda crashing into Earth, Earth being destroyed, at the same time as Andromeda phasing through Earth, virtually waking up Earth to the fact that the universe is obviously a simulation. Then we will be rotationally aligned perfectly into Andromeda, and we will be one with Andromeda, virtually relative perceived. And we will basically be in like Valyrian, the city of 1,000 planets, except it's going to be the universe, a galaxy of 1 trillion beings. Or 1 trillion multiverses with millions of beings inside of each, parked all right next to each other. We're basically Pangea in space. What about reverse Pangea? I don't think that's how it goes down. That's what gravity is for. Like, I'm a big believer that the gods split Pangea up for some kind of blueprinting reasons. Very complicated. Above my pay grade. Going double ancient maze. Let's get it. I heard Pangea still exists right now, though, too. And so does Flat Earth. Get this. I can super engross Flat Earth and live on Flat Earth Pangea at the same time as living on real Earth. Because imagine this. I go walk to Thailand. But in Earth's reality, I get on a plane and fly there with my real your body. But my body walked there. I hitchhiked, yo. It doesn't take much logic to super engross this. All it takes is disengrossment from your perceivable reality momentarily. Let's say I want to go on the flight. What will happen on Flat Earth Pangea, I will just freeze my body for a little while. I'll just stand in place and do nothing. Out of sight, out of mind. And all those Flat Earth Pangeans will just kind of chill and do nothing. But in my reality, I'll be on a flight. So when people say, "Are you a Flat Earth believer?" I say, no. I'm a multiversal round Earth believer that believes that Flat Earth is super engrossed at the same time. You know, I met somebody in my reality. He's a Illuminati president. He's actually a spirit guide, kind of, to me. And he believes in Flat Earth just as strongly as I believe in round Earth. Equally, but different. And he works on Flat Earth codes. Figure that shit out. All right, let's see here. What I also want to bring up is remote brain. I want to talk about the fly again for some reason. The fly sees many multiverses is what the fly told me. and he is a multi-vessel being. And if he dies in any of the 30 dimensions he perceives in, he dies for real, and then goes on to a new vessel and has to play again however he wants. So he's playing a super hard mode. And then me, I do not want to live in super hard. I want to live in peace and R&R. I'm like an ancient elder soul. I feel like I've already done this kind of stuff. I want to relax and play like consent video gaming, things like that, and have fun. Not to say that Fly's not having fun, because he is. I know he is. I could feel it. I am living in many universes at the same time, and if I get killed in any of them, I do not die for real here, where I am. How can a vessel die without it dying in reality? Imagine this: the Fly just like falls over and dies. That's as easy as that. You ever see a fly with no problem at all, just dead for no reason? That's just his vessel, though, too. You guys got to remember, like, there can be, an insane pool of vessels waiting for him to switch to that are to his specifications that he likes. And if they're not to his specifications, he can just have, like, any fly vessel and see himself as his specifications, feel himself as his specifications, and live under his specifications without actually being fully within the specifications. Meaning, what do specifications mean? If you ever look at a fly, they're all different. Try to talk to flies in bramblefish. If you are consentist enough, you will be rewarded with the ability to talk to the multi-beings. And it's a whole different like life. So what I also want to talk about is idea to binary, and how that's going to work, because we have proof, confirmation proof, TED Talks, CIA talks, stuff like that, that our minds are not the entire computer. It's remote control, which means it takes more technology than a human body to create our consciousness, our ideaplexing, and all that kind of stuff. So all of that stuff is technically magic to the innerverse, meaning the universe as we see it. The outerverse would be like where our minds are actually stored, that kind of stuff. The technology that's going on behind the scenes out of the universe, gearing into our physical realm. So all of this stuff really matters. Think of it as like Lego blocks and then quantum particles. Quantum particles are the magic, but we see the Lego blocks. And then the Lego blocks, reverse extrapolate that. Ideaplexes are like the quantum particles, and then quantum particles are like the Lego blocks. So that stuff's really cool, really, really cool. What I want to get into, though, is data changing with waves and scalar and particle alignment, belief particle alignment, stuff like that. Like imagine owning a quantum computer and then connecting it to your mind and then getting the magic of the universe to like gear your quantum computer with just your mind. So like using telepathy, Ideaplex, in order to like install binary within binary languages. So like your Ideaplex will be in your relative understanding, and then that will scale into the language of development of your choice. So like if you want to install something into like Unreal Engine is a language. That's just one language, right? It's many languages written in a language, but it is also now a new encryption language as a whole. So to create something new in like Fortnite could be as simple as thinking it into Fortnite when you select the entire encryption key. The encryption key is all of which Fortnite already is. I want to now install this thing into the perception under these clauses, and then look at it and see what happens, and then maybe tweak it until it's perfect, exactly how you wanted it. If it's not already perfect instantly as soon as you did it, because Ideaplex is, if you're a universe hoster, Ideaplexer, or like a lucid dreamer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Lucid dreaming, you create your entire universe. So if you're creating entire universes with your mind already, you know how easy it is to edit a microverse within the universe? I mean, that's just photon science, relative perceived photon alteration. Like, all you're trying to do is meet an endgame relative perceived of 2 dimensions plus time, photon exit. And then you want all the gears in between, like, to be perfectly coded. Like, how does it be displayed on your device? How does it be displayed on this? How does it be displayed on that? All that really matters. So I'm getting really, really big into coding, and I'm trying to, I'm gonna go with the owl. Let me see that owl. What you doing, boy? I don't know if I'm an owl fan. I've never used it. I almost never see anybody use it. The bats. So, encryption scales to the infinity, right? What if anti-hacking was just a gear? Just a gear. That's all you got to do is say anti-hack, and just add it to your code, like in BB format even, like just whatever language you're selecting, start it in BB code, right? And then in between you do end BB code start, you know, this script algorithm language instead, right? And then end that script algorithm language and then start BB code again at the end of it all. And then all you need to do is just put anti-cheat. One thing, just one bracket, anti-cheat bracket. What if anti-cheating was that easy? Because then source would see that in your proprietary code, source code. In the hidden metadata, it will say anti-cheat. Now it filters through anti-cheat. Now if anybody tries to change factorial gears with that you created within your binary, it does not, because your binary, your game creation is an art piece, right? It's not their art piece to edit on their whim. It's not the player's art piece. The player's art piece is only a pre-computed thing. Like game developers have pre-computed auths that we get to play the game and advertise it by playing the game on like YouTube and Twitch. That's like our pre-computed auth, and that's kind of an illusionment too. Some people think like they own more because of that too. It's like, oh, you get to own the game and edit the game, and it's your art piece because you get to do Twitch. No, it's not that. They're allowing me to showcase their art piece, and their art piece is expected to not be a filtered art piece. Like if I cheat right now live on Twitch, I will get banned on Twitch and Archero because I changed their art piece, stole their art pieces, and made my own art piece and showed you it as if it was mine. Hey, look at that. 106. That's what I'm about. Let's see, what you got? What you got? What you got? What you got? I need this. Give me Ophelia. Ophelia. Ofla. Oofla. OMG la. Nope. I didn't get none. Oh, the last one's my favorite. The OMG la. Getting close to that 100. What I really need is this too. And I'm saving cookies right now too. Let's see how many cookies I got. 2,850 cookies. So I'm going to have a lot of cookies ready for her evolution. That's going to be a decent amount. That's 100 something attack, and then all the cookies after, and then the spirit upgrade spirits will provide attack buffs to hero. I'll make a PvE push after I get that upgrade. The next thing that I really need though is a legendary giants contract, or ancient legendary. This will be huge. This too, quick shot bracelet, that'll bump me up to like 15k. Thunder bracelet's really good too because it like saves the melee. But I think I'm too melee focused, and I'm like in progression right now I'm extremely melee focused. Like with Shadow Robe and Thunder Bracelet and Demon Rain Blade, I am very, very, very paranoid about units getting close to me, but that's not what I'm dying from. I'm dying from units being alive to kill me in progression. So what I think will help me progress more is Quick Shot Bracelet. Quick shot bracelet's going to allow me to remove more units faster earlier. And then I won't have as much to worry about. And that will especially be true on higher floors of Expedition. So that's going to be sweet. Oh, I got 2 ancient legendary lion rings now too. What I get rid of this one. This is probably my next goal, actually. Get these to about 70 each. $45 and $54. So I'm at like 15, 40% crit damage. This could be the play, but then I lose 20% EHP, and my EHP right now is getting multiplied by a Bloodthirsty Locket. Like for now, I think the only thing I really need is a perfect legendary Giants contract. So I just need to focus on that. I'm also just focusing on healing. I maxed out the attack, purge, rolls, stop. The other 3. Single one, we're rolling the runes there. It's pretty good for me. I did that. Very good option there. Effective health points is all of your damage reduction modifiers. EHP is one of the most important progressionary strats. If no EHP, then good luck. Okay, so let's look at this really quick. Monster egg auto hatching speed, that can go. Rear arrow chance, that can go. So I have 2 dead stats right there. Shield guard and bloodthirst is really what I'm after. I extremely want those. If I only have bloodthirst, that won't be too bad. Like bloodthirst mixed with like max HP. Spellbook mana speed. Spellbook mana speed, max HP. Bloodthirst. Shield Guard. That's probably the one I want. That's OP. I got pretty decent runes right now. I like my runes. This one's really good too. Wingman, damage resist, proj resist, proj resist. Whew. This is the savior right here, baby. I ain't even gonna reroll for this. You know what I mean? Like, this is just reroll for like these stats. Like, if I want some more HP, I'm gonna reroll in savior. I'm rerolling in recovery for actually a real upgrade. Just because courage is maxed, power is maxed, luck. I have a really good luck too. I could do a better luck as well, cause look at this. I have max HP and smart. Okay, all stars and bolt, those suck. Okay, let's talk about max HP, battle XP gained, smart. I don't need drop rates of anything. Monster egg hatching speed would be nice in this one, I think, because everything else kind of sucks. So I'd go monster egg, smart, max HP, battle XP. There's my 4. That'd be perfect. So these are my 2 that I'm going to be rolling in for those kind of things. This is pretty good, but I wouldn't change. This is a really good rune. Top rune's better though. If I would have got Bloodthirst instead at the end there, that'd have been OP. I really think Bloodthirst and Shield Guard are like mandatory on this for me, because that is so progressionally advantageous. I'm just rerolling until I get some health. I would take Bloodthirst recovery effect over rear arrow or monster egg hatching speed. And I actually kind of like monster egg auto hatching speed. That's pretty good. I wouldn't mind to even have it in luck as well. Have that like near 50% bonus. That's all I'm going for. How many do I need here? 19. So I'm looking for smart and HP minimums. I need to get some Ophelia shards. If I get Ophelia shards early, I will have her upgraded this week. I always check these things for this right here, because shards are not easy to come by. It's one of the biggest bottlenecks in the game, actually. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Give me the RNGesus. Wow. I closed my eyes for good luck, even. What is this? Does this even count as a visit? There's absolutely nothing. How are you gonna call it a farm if I can't even farm you? What you doing, bro? Whoops, I didn't check out their bosses. Oops. Oh well. You gotta see this necklace I have. Absolutely beautiful. Angel wings, heart pendant. Gem encrusted silver. What's this guy's farm doing here? Okay. What are you doing?
Oh! Download for free. Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
fire mages. I actually need flame ghosts. 2 flame ghosts. I'm gonna have flame ghost 5-star. When I max wasp, I might actually use it too, because projectile res is my build. And if I have that much projectile res, like, ooh. Projectiles are what I'm dying to in progression as well. So it's going to stack my EHP up. It's going to multiply Bloodthirster effectiveness. It's going to multiply Bullring effectiveness. It's going to multiply damage reduction effectiveness from damage resistance and projectile res flat. Very algorithmically good. Alright, I think that's it for the stream today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out. Peace. I'll check chat first. DJ, what up? Whoa is right. You need to check out my past streams. Check out some of my YouTube science videos. Have a good day. Peace.